shadows of these mountains. There are many legends of the devil making his rounds. And hidden deep in the hollers and through the valleys, he made his presence known. Up in the left fork of one of these hollers stood a cabin, and within the walls of this cabin lived a woman they called Lucy, and the holler in which it stood was called Lucy Holler. Lucy was said to be evil, wicked, and mean, and they claimed that she sold her soul to the devil in exchange to possess black magic. Lucy spent her days of mocking and teasing the young'uns about. The main road in which the folk had to travel went right through Lucy Holler, and at any time of the year in passing Lucy's cabin, there was always smoke from the chimney, and even in the summertime they claimed you could see Lucy's breath. Real early one morning, as a group of young'uns made their way by Lucy's on the way to school, Lucy came out and met them. She began cursing and making evil promises for the racket that they was making passing her house. She used her black magic, and she sent one of the little girls across the road to turning somersaults and cartwheels, and then landed the small girl in the hog pen, and then let out one of them evil, wicked laughs. The other children quickly ran to help the small girl from the hog pen, and they all headed back in the other direction. When they told the child's mother and father what Lucy had done, the father's blood ran cold, and he headed toward Lucy Holler. He made his way to the cabin, and he saw her sitting on the front porch and smoking on a pipe. He walked right up to the porch and began pointing and threatening Lucy, and damning her to hell. Lucy blew smoke at him, and she said, "Hell will be on your heels soon, John Anderson." And she let out one of them laughs, and then in a poof of smoke she was gone. Shivering in his skin from what he had just witnessed, John Anderson scurried toward home. And Lucy kept good on her promise, as a series of bad fortunes and mishaps plagued the Andersons. A disease wiped out all his cattle, a blight smothered out his crops, his wife took ill and passed on, and one of his sons vanished. And then one day the remaining Andersons up and vanished without any kind of word. Some folks believed that it was at the hands of Lucy and the black magic in which she possessed, while some believed John Anderson packed up and left hoping to escape Lucy's wrath. There was never, ever any confirmation either way. As the years passed, Lucy grew older, and she teased and she cursed a lot less. She began to walk with a hunched over back, and she used a small, scrawny walking stick. But still in the midst of the summers, she wore layers and layers of clothes, and a dark bonnet over her head. One morning, a man coming through Lucy Holler passed by, and he discovered Lucy laying on the ground. And he hurried to see about her. She looked at him and she said, "Time has come to pay my debt." He hurried off and got help, and him and some other men towed Lucy inside her cabin, and she quickly demanded they build her a fire in the fireplace. Now, as most mountain folks are, they come to lend a hand. and as a group of women was sitting around Lucy's bed, a stray cat made its way into the cabin and threw it under Lucy's bed, and she turned to one of the women, got her by the hand, and she said, "The devil is under my bed." After hearing these words, everyone jumped up, ran out of the cabin, and left Lucy to die alone. Looking from a distance, they watched as Lucy's cabin was shaken in strange lights and noises in the better part of the night. They could only watch in horror as it would spin and flop. It sounded like cats a-fighting. The awfulest racket you'd ever heard. And then a little bit before daylight, it grew quiet. Several days later, some of the men decided they needed to go in and get Lucy's body and bury it. When they went in, there wasn't a sign of Lucy's corpse anywhere, and the house was dusty and full of cobwebs and musky as it hadn't been lived in for years. No trace of Lucy was ever found, and to this day, nobody has ever resided in Lucy Holler.